G'day, Wombat here, and today in quick review we have one that many of you have been waiting for. That's right, we have the CR Custom by Cort. Since we did the video on the CR200, some of you have been asking to see the CR Custom. I have also wanted to see the CR Custom and have tried many times to get my hands on one, but here in Australia it's been very difficult to find. Even the distributor here in Australia hasn't been carrying them and hasn't been able to get any into the country in a while. So we've been waiting, and here it is. I finally managed to get my hands on one. This belongs to my mate Kevin. Thank you very much, Kevin, for lending it to me so we could have a look at it. It is beautiful. Look at that. But is it any good? Well, let's take a quick look. It is a mahogany body with a quilted maple top. And I don't know how well the light is being picked up by the camera, but it's really quite a pretty quilted maple top in this lovely cherry burst style of finish that they seem to do on a lot of their top of the line custom models. The neck itself is mahogany with Clusen Deluxe tuners. The tuners are the same Clusen Deluxe tuners that I have on my Les Paul Traditional by Gibson. So quite a bit of spec there. In fact, they've really gone all out in speccing this custom model. The fretboard is rosewood, 22 medium frets on it, and the nut is new bone. So they really have given this quite the upgrade from the regular CR series. The neck, they say on their website, is a C-shaped neck, but to my hands, that feels more like a D. Nothing wrong with that, of course. A D shape is quite comfortable. It is a thin D, so if it is actually a C, it's a really thin C, but I reckon it's still more of a D. The binding on this guitar is quite interesting. As you can see, it's a single ply binding around the body, but we have a triple ply, lost my L's, up the neck and around the headstock. So that's something just a little bit different to what most manufacturers do. Most manufacturers will mirror the binding up the neck as well as around the body. The bridge is a Tone Pros locking bridge. For those of you who aren't aware, this style of guitar, the bridges, when you take the strings off and the saddles, tend to fall off and can sometimes scratch the body if you're not careful. So these have a little locking screw in here with an Allen key that locks it to the post, so you can take the strings off and it won't fall off, which I absolutely love. So that's the bridge. It's Tone Pros, so that's quality stuff. The pickups are Seymour Duncan pickups. All right, so they've spared no expense with pickups. JB in the bridge and a 59 in the neck. So they are really famous pickups, and you can actually buy them in a set. So they've really equipped the guitar very well for the kind of price that we're looking at for this. The equipment on it is outstanding. So that's all about the guitar itself. Let's have a chat about how it plays. Alright, so I was really impressed with the CR200. I didn't think that this would be any better. I mean, generally speaking, with this kind of an instrument, it's pretty much the same. They've just put in a couple of nicer pickups or something like that. But I have to say, this thing was phenomenal. And I'm going to use the term Epiphone killer, because this thing played so well and sounded so good. I have not played an Epiphone Les Paul that played better or sounded better. And that includes my very own Epiphone limited edition slash Rosa Corsa Les Paul. This thing played every ounce as good as that, maybe a little better. It was phenomenal. The neck is comfortable. It's just got the right shape and feel to it. It's thin, it's not too wide. Was easy to get around, played beautifully. The Kluson tuners do their job. The Tone Pros bridge does its job. They sound amazing. And of course, the Seymour Duncan pickups were brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The JB, of course, as we know, is one of the most loved pickups in the world. It's been used by everybody for every kind of music you could possibly imagine. Made famous in metal by guys like Dave Mustaine. It's been used by Billy Gibbons. You know, it's been used by everybody to do everything. It's that versatile, and it's got buckets of oomph to really push your amp as well. The 59 is, I guess, their version of a PAF style pickup, early Les Paul pickup. But let me tell you, even in metal, and of course I throw metal at these things, I throw blues at it, clean, I do it all. The 59 even coped with metal gain on leads and stuff like that and sounded amazing. Could not have been happier with these pickups. They were phenomenal. So clean wise, they sounded great. The 59 sounds excellent. There is still articulation, but it is really quite warm. The middle setting, of course, is my favorite, and that is just brilliant. The bridge clean setting is not its best setting. It's not really what it's meant for, but it did it okay. You could live with it, with what else it gives you in other styles of music. Blues wise, the 59 was just at home. It sang, as I said before, it's nice and warm, but it's still got that articulation, so it doesn't really get muddy. And this JB, hot rodded blues, not a problem. Metal, as I said, fantastic. Just does metal so well. The JB is really, really synonymous with certain metal sounds, and it didn't disappoint. It was fantastic. So, yeah, all in all, fabulous guitar. Really worth the wait. They are hard to get a hold of, in Australia at least. They are difficult to find. Lots of stores offering them, but not a lot of people actually have them in stock. Even my friends at Variety couldn't help me get a hold of one. They are really, really difficult to find. This is just phenomenal guitar, and you can see why they're in demand, because it just plays brilliantly. So, money, that's what we all want to know. The Epiphone killer, what is it worth? Well, recommended retail price on these guys is around the $1,300 mark, 1,300 Australian dollars. Now, keeping in mind, top of the line Epiphones can be up around the $2,000 mark. My slash Les Paul was about 1,800. This thing is cheaper than that. And if you can find a guitar store that has it in stock, at least in Australia here, most of them are doing it for just under the $1,000. So if you compare it to something like my slash Les Paul, it's about half the cost for something that plays every ounce as good and sounds every ounce as good. I really couldn't fault this thing. It was brilliant. It was absolutely beautiful. So there you are, the CR Custom by Cort. I hope you've all enjoyed this one. I know some of you have been waiting for me to get my hands on one. So there you are. Phenomenal guitar. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like and share, and as always, rock on guys!